What's up, guys? Back today, another video. Just heard a news story the other day, or last night, I guess, that I wanted to just come on and give you my opinion on. That you're probably not going to hear much about because of reasons you'll find out as I talk about it. But in North Carolina, a man, just so happened to be a black man, started shooting at some people over a basketball rolling into his yard. He shot a 6-year-old child, 6-year-old girl in the face, shot her dad in the back, shot her mom, and shot another neighbor that was just there. And those people that he shot just happened to be white. Is it racial? Is it racism? I don't know. But you're not going to hear about it much in the news because of that, because it doesn't fit their narrative. They're trying to paint a picture for us, and it doesn't fit the picture that they're trying to paint for us. So you're probably not going to hear about it much in the news. And I just think that it's just ridiculous that, people think, anybody, I mean, it doesn't matter, black, white, purple, pink, orange, blue, he, she, her, they, them, whatever you call yourself, needs to be that ridiculous. I mean, he obviously had something going on, and I don't know if if the people had been arguing before about it. I don't know if there was a backstory. You keep my yard, you stay off my yard, whatever. Don't know, don't care. A ball goes into somebody's yard, to your neighbor's yard, that doesn't give you a reason to shoot or be shot. Period. That's I mean, like I said, white or black or what, but it doesn't matter. But I mean, it's just ridiculous, especially a kid, 6-year-old kid. And maybe there was some quarrel going on between the two of them beforehand that just isn't making the news. But regardless, is that a reason to shoot a 6-year-old kid in the face? I mean, luckily nobody died. I mean, he's obviously a bad shot. Has a gun, but having a gun doesn't necessarily mean you know how to use the thing. So fortunately, nobody got killed. At least nobody's died yet. I think the dad is still in the hospital from being shot in the back. The girl was just bullet hit her cheek, and then the mom had just hit her in the elbow. So I mean, nobody got killed. So luckily, I think he deserves to be for doing something stupid like that. Anybody that does something just blatant cold blood like that should just, in my opinion, they should just be executed on the spot. Period. No court, no trial, no prison time, because that just costs me money. That costs the taxpayers money, and I think they should just don't play their game. Just put them down, put them away. But my opinion doesn't matter, but that's just my opinion. I don't care what color you are. If I do that, I expect the same treatment. If I were to go out and start shooting kids and people just because they walked on my grass to get a basketball out of my yard, yeah, I deserve to be shot on the spot too. Period. I mean, it doesn't matter. Me, anybody. Because, they're trying to blame it on racism, and racism goes both ways. And I don't know if it's necessarily racism, technically, but I think there's a little bit of prejudice, a little bit of hate, racism, if you will, in everybody. We all have it. We all suffer from it. Everybody does. And you can't say you don't. Doesn't matter what you are. Gangs. You got a problem with gangs. MAGA Republicans. You got a problem with MAGA Republicans. You think that because they're MAGA Republicans, they're white supremacists or whatever it is. You think that you just, or because you're black, you're a criminal, or because you're Mexican, you're an illegal immigrant or whatever. People have their biases against everybody. Everybody has it. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter what it is. Everybody has something as far as some kind of bias, prejudice, and I tote guns, or so that makes me a terrorist, or whatever. I support Donald Trump, so therefore I'm a white supremacist, or whatever, or a racist because I voted for Donald Trump, or you're a snowflake because you voted for Joe Biden, or whatever. It doesn't, but racism is in everybody. Some kind of racism, some kind of hate, bias, bigotry, whatever you want to call it. We all have it, and it don't matter who you are, you have it. You can't deny that you don't have it. Nobody's just has a genuine love for everyone. Period. Nobody. Everybody has some kind of bias, but that doesn't give anybody a reason to shoot anybody. Just because they walked on their yard and you're white, or because you knocked on my door. And that's the thing. You hear about this other one where this black kid walked up to the wrong house, and he was knocking on the door, doing whatever it is he was doing. Who knows? Who cares? Doesn't matter what he was doing. He was at the wrong door. And I mean, we don't know the story behind it. I don't know if there was cameras or anything. It was an older man and in his 80s. He woke up at night. He saw this kid knocking at his door or whatever, trying to open the door, pounding on the door, whatever. The kid thought it was a different house. The kid thought it was somebody else's house, and the old man got his gun and shot him through the door, shot him in the head through the door. Again, luckily the kid lived through it. No big deal. Everything was fine. Or I wouldn't say everything was fine. He went to the hospital, but he's since been home, and and it wasn't a very high-powered pistol, but he's got anyway. And that was a black kid and a white man shooting. So they're immediately trying to find some kind of a racial motive. Like if it was a white kid doing that, he wouldn't have shot him or something. They're trying to, it's just certain stories don't make the news because of certain narratives they're trying to push, because of a certain picture they're trying to paint. And it's ridiculous. It's not fair. It's not right. It's like I've said before, you want to end racism, quit talking about it. Morgan Freeman said it that way. You want to end racism? Quit talking about it. Quit using colors in people's names. Quit saying a black man got shot by a white man. Just say a man got shot by a man. A kid got shot by a guy that was at his front door trying to get in. If you quit using colors before names, you're going to see a lot of changes in this world. Just a man shot a man. Or a man shot a kid. The kid was knocking at the man's door, so he shot him through the door. Doesn't matter if it was a white man and a black kid. Doesn't matter if it was a black man and a white kid or what. It doesn't matter. That's no reason to be doing that. And there's lots of other things too. You hear stories all the time, but there's a lot of the stories you don't hear because of a simple picture trying to be painted. Is it fair? No. Is it right? No. I think every story should be covered just as much as any other story should be covered. Again, these are just my opinions, and everybody's entitled to their opinions, and some people's opinions just blatantly are stupid, and mine might be too to some of you. But whatever. I'm just saying that, and then people try to come up with guns as being the problem. You know, what if those other people would have had, what if, you know, guns aren't the problem, people are the problem. It's people like that that thinks he has to shoot a 6-year-old kid for accidentally rolling a basketball, letting a basketball roll into his yard, and she wanted to walk into his yard and get it. That's the problem. The problem wasn't the tool he used. The problem was the brain in his head. That's the problem. The fact that he felt that was necessary for, oh, a ball rolled into my yard. That's it. I'm going to kill you. Even the neighbor said, he came out with a gun saying, I'm going to kill you. They use easy targets. And it's like these mass shooters, these people that go into, you know, it's not the gun that they're using, it's what they do. And this Trans Day of Vengeance that supposedly is gonna be going on or whatever, what's your plan? I mean, if you're one of them, what's your plan? You gonna go after kids? You gonna go to a school, a church, you know, someone that you know can't fight back, someone that has no defense upon themselves? A post office, a bank, a school, an elementary school, or whatever. Is that your play? Is that your plan? Is that what you're venging against? I'd like to know. You know, just, I mean, I've heard about it. I haven't really read into it a lot, but I'm just kind of curious what the play is on that. I dare one of you to come to my work. I mean, not just me. I'm not threatening anybody. I'm just saying, I know 3 or 4 of us that pack guns everywhere we go. So chances are, if you know that, you're not going to come because you're not going to prove your point by going into somewhere that's is armed. You're going to choose a school. That's a cowardly thing to do. I don't care if you're trans. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care what you are. But there again, that's that hate that everybody has. Why would you feel you need to do that? Because there are people out there that don't agree with you. It means you got to go out and shoot people, especially kids. You got to go out and shoot people just because there's a group of people or peoples that don't agree with you. That happens all the time. That's just the way the world works. If everybody thought exactly the same, the world would be a pretty damn boring place. Nobody would do it. Nobody would, it would be a pretty boring place if everybody thought the same, agreed with everything, and if we were forced to believe in things that, it would be pointless. Some of us are Christians. Some of us aren't. Big deal. Some of us are gay. Some of us aren't. Big deal. Some of us don't believe in guns. Some of us do. Big deal. It's nobody's business. I don't care. I'm not going out there and shooting people just because you think Christianity is bad, or just because you think owning guns is bad, so I'm going to go out and shoot you. No, I don't. We don't do that. Us law-abiding gun owners don't do that. Yeah, there's criminals that do stupid things, but they're criminals and they're stupid, so that's why they do it. I mean, period. They need help. They need something. But just because people own guns doesn't make them terrorists. Doesn't mean they're just going to go out and shoot people left and right. Just because people are gay means nothing. I mean, none of this means anything. It's just a matter of one person's point of view. And you can't force anybody to go along with it. You can't force it on them. I can't force Christianity on you. You can't force gay or transsexual sexuality on me. You can't force anything. I can't force Second Amendment onto you. You can't force taking the Second Amendment. You can't force somebody to do something that isn't, you know, morally, ethically right or wrong. It's not, you know, there's no morally whatever to anything. You know, you're just trying to force people to have the same opinion as you, or to accept the fact that you have an opinion and to be proud and to participate in these gay rights. And I don't feel like it. If that pisses you off, then come at me, bro. I don't believe in it. I think it's evil. I don't think it's God's way. So if you don't like me for that, fine. Whatever. I don't need you. But don't come at me. Do the same, but I want the same treatment. You know, I believe in certain things. Your idea should be whatever, dude. We can mutually agree that we don't like each other because I tote guns and you're gay. We can mutually agree on that. So, if you don't like it, I guess that's my rant. Sorry if I offended anybody. Apologize, but, you know, it is what it is. Just gave my opinion. It's one man's opinion. That's it. I'm not forcing anything on anybody. I'm just telling you how I see it. But anyway, that's the video. If you like it, subscribe, thumbs up, comment your opinion on anything. But anyway, sorry about the rant, and I will see you in the next one.